Once upon a time, in a quiet African village, surrounded by tall palm trees, red earth, and narrow footpaths, there lived a young girl named Chioma. The village was peaceful, and every morning the sound of birds and crowing cocks welcomed the people to a new day. Chioma was known throughout the village for her gentle heart, humble nature, and hard-working spirit. Even at a young age, she behaved with wisdom beyond her years. Chioma's life did not begin with happiness. When she was still very small, her mother fell seriously ill. The sickness stayed for many months, and despite all efforts, her mother died one cold morning before sunrise. Chioma cried until her eyes were swollen. She kept calling her mother's name, hoping she would answer, but death had taken her away forever. From that day, Chioma learned the meaning of pain and loneliness. Her father loved her deeply, but he was a farmer who worked long hours. He tried his best to care for Chioma, cooking for her when he could and making sure she went to sleep every night. Still, the house felt empty without a woman's touch. Neighbors advised him to marry again so that Chioma would have someone to guide her as she grew. After many months, Chioma's father married another woman from a nearby village. The woman came with her own daughter, who was close to Chioma's age. On the day the new wife arrived, Chioma welcomed her politely and greeted her with respect, hoping that she would find love again in her home. At first, the stepmother pretended to be kind. She smiled often and spoke sweet words whenever Chioma's father was around. She praised Chioma in his presence and acted like a caring mother. Chioma believed her and tried even harder to please her, thinking peace would remain in the home. But inside the stepmother's heart was deep jealousy. Chioma was naturally beautiful, not because of fine clothes or decorations, but because of her good character. Villagers praised Chioma wherever she went. Elders blessed her for her humility. Children loved her because she shared whatever she had with them. This attention made the stepmother angry. Her own daughter was lazy and rude. She refused to greet elders properly and avoided work whenever she could. Instead of correcting her daughter, the stepmother blamed Chioma for everything that went wrong in the house. Slowly, the stepmother revealed her true character. She gave Chioma all the hard work. Chioma woke up before dawn to fetch water from the stream. She swept the compound until her back ached. She cooked meals, washed clothes, cleaned the house, and worked on the farm under the hot sun. Her stepsister slept, ate, and complained. Many nights, Chioma cried quietly on her mat. She missed her mother deeply and wished she were still alive. But every morning, Chioma stood up again and continued her work. She believed that patience and goodness would one day save her. What Chioma did not know was that her stepmother carried a dark secret. She was not an ordinary woman. Late at night, when everyone slept, she left the house and went deep into the forest. There she met strange people and learned evil magic. Her heart was filled with envy, and she believed that Chioma was the reason her own daughter was ignored. One evening, Chioma returned from the farm very tired. Her clothes were dusty, her feet swollen, and her stomach empty. Instead of giving her food, the stepmother brought out a strange black calabash. "Chioma," she said softly, "come and milk this calabash for me." Chioma was confused, but she obeyed. As soon as she touched the calabash, the wind began to blow violently. The sky grew dark, and the stepmother started chanting strange words. Fear entered Chioma's heart. She tried to stand, but her body became heavy. Pain rushed through her body. Her arms stretched and changed shape. Her legs bent backward. Her voice disappeared. Tears rolled down her face as her body transformed. Before Chioma could call for help, she had turned into a white cow. The stepmother laughed loudly. She tied the cow behind the house and warned her daughter never to speak of Chioma again. When Chioma's father returned and asked for his daughter, The stepmother lied and said Chioma had run away. Chioma's father cried bitterly. He searched everywhere, but he found nothing. His heart broke, but he believed his wife. The cow lived in deep sorrow. Every morning, tears flowed from her eyes. She followed her father gently, hoping he would recognize her, but he did not understand. The stepmother beat and starved her, but the cow remained calm. One day during a village meeting, the cow cried loudly when Chioma's name was mentioned. An old wise woman noticed this and suspected evil. That night, she came to the house and performed a powerful cleansing ritual. Suddenly, the magic broke. The cow fell to the ground, and Chioma returned to her human form. Her father screamed in shock and joy. The truth was revealed. The elders questioned the stepmother, and she confessed. As punishment, she was banished from the village. Her daughter followed her in shame. Chioma was cleansed with prayers and herbs. The village celebrated her return with dancing and joy. Her father begged her for forgiveness, and Chioma forgave him. Chioma later grew into a wise and strong woman. She helped others who were suffering and never forgot her past. Jealousy leads to destruction, but patience, kindness, and truth will always bring victory.